Imagine a nation torn apart by revolution, echoing with cries for liberty, equality, and fraternity but shackled by chaos. Then, from the ashes, a leader rises, not just with ambitions of power, but with a blueprint to reshape the very soul of the nation. That leader was Napoleon Bonaparte, and his reign as First Consul was a masterclass in administrative brilliance and visionary reforms. Today, we delve deep into a transformative period in French history, focusing on the administrative reforms, the pivotal religious Concordat with the Pope, revolutionary infrastructure development, and the groundbreaking emphasis on meritocracy under Napoleon as First Consul. Let's embark on this journey to understand how Napoleon redefined France's destiny. The turmoil of the French Revolution had left the nation's administrative structures in disarray. Fragmented, inefficient, and often marred by corrupt practices, there was a palpable need for a complete overhaul. It was in this challenging backdrop that Napoleon's brilliance as an administrative visionary truly came to the fore. At the heart of his administrative reforms lay the principle of centralization. Just as with his legal reforms, Napoleon recognized that for France to thrive, the machinery of governance required unification and direction. One of his first and perhaps most impactful steps in this direction was the establishment of prefects. Positioned as the state's representatives in departments across France, these officials were instrumental in ensuring a uniform approach to local governance. They acted as the direct link between the central government and the localities, ensuring that Napoleon's policies and directives were implemented seamlessly across the vast expanse of France. Through them, a previously fragmented nation was woven together with threads of administrative consistency. While the prefecture system showcased Napoleon's strategy of centralized control, his creation of the Bank of France highlighted his economic foresight. Amid the economic volatility of post-revolutionary France, the establishment of a central bank was a masterstroke. Not only did it consolidate various fiscal functions under one roof, but it also brought much-needed stability to the French economy. By regulating currency, overseeing monetary policy, and acting as a fiscal agent for the government, the Bank of France was pivotal in resurrecting France's financial credibility on the global stage. However, Napoleon's administrative vision wasn't limited to governance and economics. He sought to create a nation where opportunities were accessible to all based on merit rather than lineage. This vision was vividly reflected in his educational reforms. By introducing a standardized system of education, he aimed to break the shackles of aristocratic privilege that had, for centuries, determined access to quality education in France. Schools and universities under the Napoleonic system were designed to identify and nurture talent. Scholarships were instituted for the deserving, ensuring that potential was recognized and rewarded, irrespective of socio-economic background. Furthermore, his creation of specialized institutions, like the lycées, emphasized rigorous academic and military training. This not only produced a new generation of educated citizens but also a cadre of civil servants and military officers whose allegiance to the Napoleonic regime was unwavering. Napoleon's reforms in administration can be likened to the reconstruction of the very backbone of France. While his military conquests and legal reforms often overshadow these administrative achievements, it was this meticulous rebuilding of the nation's institutional frameworks that laid the groundwork for France's resurgence as a European superpower. In creating a meritocratic, efficient, and unified administrative structure, Napoleon ensured that the principles of the revolution found concrete expression in the daily lives of the French people. The French Revolution had deeply strained relations between the French state and the Catholic Church. Church lands were confiscated, clergy were persecuted, and the very fabric of French religious life was in upheaval. The once preeminent Catholic Church, deeply embedded in the lives and histories of the French people, found itself sidelined in a new, secular republic. This rift was not just about religious practices, it was a chasm that affected the very soul and identity of countless French citizens. Napoleon, ever the pragmatic statesman, recognized this discord's unsustainable nature. He understood that while the revolution's secular ideals were essential for modern France, completely alienating the Catholic Church could be detrimental to national unity. The Church, after all, was more than an institution, it was a cornerstone of French culture, identity, and community life. The Concordat of 1801 was Napoleon's masterstroke in this delicate scenario. Far from a mere agreement, it was a testament to his diplomatic acumen and his ability to harmonize seemingly opposing forces. With this agreement, he acknowledged the Catholic Church as the preferred religion of France, thereby recognizing its deep cultural and historical significance. Clergy would once again receive state salaries, and the Church regained a semblance of its earlier stature. However, this was not a return to the old days of church supremacy. Napoleon ensured that the state retained the right to appoint bishops, emphasizing the French state's enduring secular authority. The clergy, in turn, had to swear an oath of loyalty to the state. This delicate balance ensured that while the church was respected and integrated into French life, it would not overshadow the state's secular authority. The implications of the Concordat went beyond mere church-state relations. For many French citizens, it signaled a return to some semblance of normalcy after the tumultuous years of the Revolution. It reaffirmed the place of faith in their lives, albeit within a new and modern framework. Napoleon's Concordat with the Pope encapsulates his genius in navigating the intricate tapestry of French society. It wasn't just about placating the church or appeasing the masses, it was about envisioning a unified France where secular and religious identities could coexist harmoniously. In forging this agreement, Napoleon showcased his unique ability to blend tradition with progress, highlighting his overarching vision for a cohesive and united French nation. Infrastructure, often seen as the tangible manifestation of a nation's progress, occupied a pivotal position in Napoleon's grand design for France. The post-revolutionary landscape, while ripe with ideological fervor, also bore the scars of decades of neglect and the ravages of internal conflicts. To realize his vision of a rejuvenated, modern France, Napoleon knew he had to lay the groundwork, quite literally. The vast expanses of France, with its diverse terrains and regions, had for centuries existed in relative isolation from one another. Regional identities often overshadowed a cohesive national identity. Napoleon, with his keen strategic mind, recognized that to forge a united French identity, these disparate regions needed to be seamlessly connected. And what better way to achieve this than through a robust network of roads, bridges, ports, and canals? These infrastructural projects were not mere feats of engineering, they were symbols of unity and progress. Roads and bridges stitched together the rural and urban, the coastal and the inland, allowing for an unprecedented movement of people, goods, and ideas. Regions that had previously been isolated due to challenging terrains found themselves integrated into the national economic and social fabric. Ports, vital for an increasingly globalized world, were revamped and expanded. This not only bolstered France's maritime prowess but also positioned it as a significant player in global trade, attracting merchants, investors, and innovators from across the world. Canals, those intricate waterways, facilitated smoother internal trade routes, reducing the time and cost of transporting goods and resources. Beyond the economic and social implications, Napoleon's infrastructural endeavors also had a strategic military dimension. Roads and bridges ensured rapid troop mobilization, allowing the French army to respond swiftly to threats or opportunities. With enhanced mobility, Napoleon's forces became a formidable entity, reinforcing his reign and furthering his ambitions on the European stage. Yet, at its core, Napoleon's focus on infrastructure development was about more than strategy or economics. It was about vision. A vision where every French citizen, irrespective of their regional background, could partake in the nation's progress. It was about creating avenues, both metaphorical and physical, that allowed for the exchange of ideas, culture, and opportunities. In many ways, the roads, bridges, ports, and canals of Napoleonic France are emblematic of his leadership style, forward-thinking, inclusive, and always with an eye on the bigger picture. Through these infrastructural marvels, Napoleon laid the foundation for France's ascent as a modern, industrialized nation, ensuring that its future would be as glorious as its past. In an age where societal status was often preordained by birthright and privilege, Napoleon's emphasis on meritocracy was nothing short of revolutionary. It defied centuries of entrenched norms and championed the belief that one's skills, talent, and dedication, rather than lineage or title, should determine one's place in society. This principle wasn't merely an ideological statement, it was a transformative force that reshaped the very essence of French society and governance. At the heart of feudal Europe lay a rigid hierarchy that often stifled talent and innovation. The aristocracy, by virtue of their birth, occupied positions of power and influence, regardless of their competence or capability. This system not only perpetuated inequality but also fostered inefficiency, as key positions were frequently occupied by individuals ill-suited for their roles. Napoleon's ascent to power, however, heralded a paradigm shift. Drawing from his own experiences as a young officer from Corsica who rose through the ranks owing to his unmatched military prowess, he recognized the vast reservoir of untapped potential that lay in the French populace. By instituting merit as the primary criterion for advancement, Napoleon unleashed a wave of ambition, innovation, and excellence. Within the military, this principle revolutionized the dynamics of the French armed forces. No longer were ranks and positions the exclusive domain of the aristocratic elite. Instead, soldiers and officers knew that their dedication, strategy, and valor on the battlefield could propel them to the highest echelons of the military hierarchy. This not only invigorated the morale of the troops but also ensured a more competent, agile, and motivated military force. Beyond the barracks and battlefields, the meritocratic principle permeated the corridors of governance and administration. Civil positions within the government were no longer a matter of patronage or nepotism. Talented bureaucrats, irrespective of their socio-economic backgrounds, found themselves at the helm of pivotal projects and departments. This infusion of talent and expertise transformed the French administration into a more efficient, responsive, and forward-thinking entity. But perhaps the most profound impact of this merit-based approach was its alignment with the broader revolutionary ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity. It echoed the revolution's promise of a more egalitarian society where every individual, irrespective of their origins, had the opportunity to shape their destiny. It breathed life into the abstract notions of equality, making them tangible realities for countless French citizens who had previously been shackled by the chains of aristocratic privilege. In embracing and championing meritocracy, Napoleon didn't merely reform institutions, he redefined societal values. He sent a powerful message that in the new France, it was one's mettle, not title, that mattered. This ethos, rooted in fairness and opportunity, remains one of the most enduring legacies of Napoleonic governance, illustrating his profound understanding of both leadership and human potential. Napoleon's tenure as First Consul was a time of profound transformation. His leadership brought stability, modernization, and a renewed sense of purpose to a nation that had lost its way. Though his ambitions eventually led him to the throne of the emperor, his years as First Consul laid the foundation for a France reborn. The legacy of those years continues to resonate, a testament to the power of vision, reform, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. From the corridors of governance to the bridges connecting regions, Napoleon's vision as First Consul was instrumental in molding the France we know today. His focus on merit, unity, and forward-thinking policies set the stage for the nation's ascent on the global stage. If you found this deep dive enlightening and wish to explore more such historical tales and insights, please subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below with your thoughts on Napoleon's transformative reign. Until next time, keep the wheels of time turning.